Man, oh man, oh man. Y'all really thought Sanford Stadium wasn't nothing, huh? Vols by 50 still. Rat poison, all that was. How about that game, y'all? I was at that game. That was the best Georgia game I've ever seen. The crowd was electric. We hit over 126 decibels, which is more than what Tennessee hit against Alabama this year. From what I've seen, that breaks a record, or that's the loudest a stadium has been this decade, last 10 years. That's crazy, man. I love it. So, we had an amazing game. It started out a little shaky. Dejon Edwards, I believe, was the one that fumbled the first time. But, it was just a great play by the Tennessee defender. You got to hold that tight, Dejon, but ended up working out. Defense absolutely came out and balled out. Tennessee did not come to this game prepared at all. The crowd noise made them commit about 6 false starts, I believe. My goodness. And if you're wondering about this picture that's on the screen right now, the night before this game, Stetson Bennett's phone number gets leaked. And hundreds of Vols fans were calling him all night last night. So the first touchdown we made was Stetson running in for a touchdown. As soon as he did, he throws up the phone and pretty much tells Tennessee to call him now because he's ready. Stetson had a great game today. Didn't have over 300 passing yards, but that was mostly because of the game plan in the second half and the rain that started coming down halfway through the third. I mean, we could have scored daggum 40 or 50 points on Tennessee this game. We were going that good in the first half. Kirby pretty much said in the second half, let's run this clock out and get out of here, starting at the beginning of the third quarter. And we pretty much did that. Stetson Bennett had 2 passing touchdowns. Got to see Arian Smith out there for the first time this year. Thank goodness. I'm glad to see him back healthy. He made a great catch on his first catch. I don't know if it was his first catch of the year, but it was his first. It was his longest catch of the year. Stetson, like I said, had a rushing touchdown and 2 passing touchdowns. Ladd McConkey had a great bounce back game from having some tough games the past few weeks, but he looked good. Marcus Rosemary-Jack Saint got a touchdown, and on a great throw by Stetson, got it right over the defender's head in the end zone. Gave us a 21-3 lead at the time. 21-6 maybe, but to tell you how this game ended at halftime, we were up 24-6. We would only score 3 points in the second half. Like I said, the weather and the game plan sort of did that. The defense. Let's talk about the defense. Jalen Hyatt had 1 catch, if I recall, over 15 yards. And it was at the end of the game in garbage time. Hendon Hooker was sacked 6 or 7 times. I believe we had more sacks that game than we had all year. We affected the quarterback. Keely Ringo had an amazing interception where he was running stride for stride with the wide receiver and he just ran the route for him. Came down with the football in the end zone for a touchback to give us the ball right back. Dejon, I believe, had another fumble in the fourth quarter, but it was raining at the time. We had just gotten a fumble. It's no excuse. He's going to have to work on it, but he'll get back on it. I just cannot emphasize the atmosphere of that game, dude. We did amazing. That was probably the best game we played this year. That was probably the best game we played. Oregon week 1 was pretty good. It's either Oregon week 1 or this game that we played the best. But looks like we got a new number 1 in town. And it starts with a mean machine in red and black. So, great game by the guys. I hope Robert Beal gets well soon. He got banged up a little bit in the game. Don't know the extent of what it was. It looked sort of like I don't know if it was a knee injury or something, but he had to go to the locker room. We had a lot of young guys playing on defense after he got injured. Marvin Jones Jr., MJ Sherman, Michael Williams. They all played great, dude. This team is just awesome. If we play, I know that it's a big if, but if we played like this every game, it would be a no-brainer that we would be the national champions. Still got a chance, but we'll see. Another big thing happened this past weekend. A couple big things. A seismograph at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge went off somewhere between 10:03 and 10:06 p.m. And it wasn't because of an earthquake. LSU beat Alabama 32-31 in overtime in Tiger Stadium for the first time, for a win against Alabama in Tiger Stadium for the first time since 2010. First-year head coach Brian Kelly at LSU just emphasized why he was the right choice for the job in Baton Rouge. Jaden Daniels looked good. He overcame odds and just put on a show. He ran for their last touchdown and threw to the freshman Mason Taylor for the 2-point conversion. They rushed the field, and it was a spectacle, to say the least. Something's just going on with Alabama. Last year, the only reason that they were in the championship game was because of Jameson Williams and John Mechie. Since then, they've just not been working on offensive defense. It's not Nick Saban's problem. It's his coordinators and I guess the fighting the players, because they just look scared, dude. They look scared against Tennessee, and I wouldn't say they look scared against LSU, but they just crazy, dude. If Bryce Young was not the quarterback, they would have already had at least 2 losses. But that's not how it works. Hypotheticals are not college football. But I need to ask Jermaine Burton something. It looks like Tuscaloosa ain't working for you there, buddy Rowe. You have not, his name has not been called a good bunch. And it's not for him being injured or not playing. He's playing all right. Should have stayed in Athens. But we wouldn't take it back now if you wanted us to. You've already shown your true colors. Anyways, next week we head to Stark Vegas to take on the imposters, the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. We need to come out. We need to play good defense just like we did this past weekend. Last time we played Mississippi State was in Athens. We had already lost 2 games, and they came out and gave us a fight. Mike Leach's first year. JT Daniels was the reason we won that game. We don't have him. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Stetson Bennett's been playing great football. We have some great running backs. And we have... Did we pass Tennessee for the best offense? after this past week, we sure woulda if we would have been able to. We sure woulda if we would have scored 40, but anyways, I think right now I consider us the best offense. I mean, if we play each other, we are. We showed that we were on Saturday. So, start Vegas Saturday, November 12th. Yeah, November 12th. Dog Nation needs to travel well, just like Kirby said. And I think we can. We can make it through Cowbell Nation. Oh, Cowbell. Well, it's great to be a Georgia Bulldog. Let's win next week and shore up the East. And beat Kentucky, beat Georgia Tech, and get ready to face most likely LSU and Atlanta if they don't choke away their next two games. Their next two SEC games, that is. Anyways, guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful week. And go Dogs.